Okay, so today we are going to learn a completely new topic about Figma, that is auto layout. Okay, it's a feature in Figma and it's absolutely important to learn auto layout as much as it was important to learn components. So, auto layout is so I'll explain you what auto layout is. Before that, I would just like to tell you one thing. When you master, like when you do your design in auto layout, it will be very आपको वो जो डिजाइन होगी आपकी फ्यूचर में, मतलब जब भी आप वो डिजाइन में कुछ एडिट करोगे तो वो easier बनती जाती है if you design that particular elements in auto layout. ऑटो लेआउट क्या होता है एंड उसको कैसे किया जाता है फिग्मा में? आई जस्ट एक्सप्लेन यू विद एग्जांपल्स एवरीथिंग. उसके हर एक ऑल द डिटेल्स अबाउट ऑटो लेआउट आई बी एक्सप्लेनिंग यू टुडे. And we'll also have a little bit of practice session for 15 minutes after my lecture is over. So you will be doing the auto layout, so make sure you pay attention to the session. Okay, so I hope you see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right, so now let's say that you are designing a button. Okay, so for instance, I write down, let's say I say buy now button. Okay, so as a beginner, what you'll do, how will you create a button? You'll type a text, then you'll take a rectangle, draw the rectangle in front of it like this, right? And then you will, just a minute, align it properly. Okay, and then maybe give a corner radius to this. Okay, and then maybe you can change the color of it, make it blue. Okay, this is a button, right? You will be learning about buttons in next session, so don't worry about that. I'll be telling you all the details about what are buttons, how many types of buttons are there, and how can you create a button in auto layout. So today we'll be learning about auto layout, so that's why I'm taking the button example. So as a beginner, you both are beginner right now, so you will be designing a button as in such manner. You'll be taking a text and then you will be taking a rectangle and then you'll be aligning it and calling it as a button, correct? And now what happens is, now let's say I want to add an icon in that. Okay, I'll just add some random icon, let's say buy now icon. Buy now को कोई icon नहीं है, but let's say buy icon. Okay, so I want to add this cart. So I'll just quickly change the color of this. Okay, so now what I'll do is I'll put the icon inside this, right? And now what I'll have to do is I'll have to make the button little larger because the space is not, you know, adequate, right? So I'll do something like this, arrange the button like this, and then maybe make it something like this, correct? Now this is how you will design a button. Okay. Now what happens is when you put the icon inside a button, you have to adjust the entire design as per the icon, right? If if your client says that remove the icon, you just create a buy now button, that's it. We don't want icon. So what you do is you put it outside. And now what happens is you'll have to keep it arranging like this. Even if you like increase the spacing of this. So like you increase the rectangle like this. And then again you have to arrange everything. And if again it at some time you want to put the icon inside this again, you got to arrange all the design again and again, right? So this is what a beginner would do. But if someone if someone knows how to do a design in auto layout, they will always prefer auto layout over just randomly designing. So now what I'll do is I'll take a text again. I'll say download text. So let's create a download button. Okay. So this is a download text and I'll just change the color of this. And now what I'll do is okay, keep it black only. I'll create auto layout around it. How to create an auto layout? You have to right click on the button. So not button, the text. Select the text, right click on the text. You see an option, add auto layout. Okay. Over here you see it. I I want everyone to write down the steps. मैं अभी जो भी steps आपको बोल रही हूँ, how to add auto layout, ठीक है? How to add? Can anyone repeat it for me? How should I add auto layout to this?
राइट क्लिक करना होगा हम टेक्स्ट पे.
Yes. So select the text, right click and say add auto
ऐड
layout.
ऑटो लेआउट.
Now auto layout is added. In the properties panel over here you see you get a panel which says auto layout. So all these settings are under auto layout, right? And how to know that this particular design is in auto layout? You see in the layers panel, you see two vertical boxes, rectangle boxes like this, two vertical aligned, right? So that means this frame is in auto layout. Now what I'll do is I'll give a fill to it. That means I'll give a background color. I'll make it, let's say, green because download button is always in green. I'll make it okay. And then let's add some corner radius. Okay, this is done. Now what I can do is I can increase the spacing of auto layout like this. I can make it larger. So you see there is something called as padding section. Now what is padding? I'll tell you that. Before that, what I'll do is I'll quickly take a download icon. So I want to have, let's say, this icon. Change the color of icon to white. Now this icon, I'm going to put it in the auto layout. So now you see what happens. See how the button is automatically adjusted for you. Okay, so this is what auto layout does. Now, even if I put the button outside of the auto layout, it is again adjusted automatically. तो ये
ओके.
होता है auto layout. तो पहले अपन without auto layout, if you do any design, you have to keep adjusting all the design. But if something is in auto layout, if you put elements inside it, the design gets adjusted. All right. Then now let's put it outside only for a while for us to understand what padding is. Okay. So in this pattern over here, you see we have a section called as padding. Okay. So padding right now is something like the spacing. So you see the text is ending over here and the button is ending over here. So this space, right? This space यहाँ से यहाँ तक इस बटन में जो है that is called as padding. Okay.
ओके.
And same thing goes for horizontal layout. The spacing between this and this is called as horizontal padding. So इनको अपन we can adjust it. What we can do is we can make it larger like this and the button stays at middle. How the button stays at middle? Because we have some settings called alignment. Now the button is aligned at the middle. If I say align it to the vertical, okay, I'll have to check that about alignment. I'll tell you from another example. But yeah, So for a button, if you want to put a padding, you can put a 16 ka padding, and vertical and horizontal padding, you can keep 8 as a padding and 16 as a horizontal and vertical padding. Okay. And now when you put any icon inside this, again, the padding is adjusted. Again, if you see, यहाँ पे, again it's 16 and it's 16. So, auto layout maintains the padding for you. And यहाँ पे भी 8 and 8.
Okay.
Now, what we are going to do is, we'll also check out the spacing between this icon and the text. We see there is 10 padding. So, over here again, you see horizontal gap between objects, that is 10. You can reduce it like this, make it 4. You can keep it 4. यहाँ से भी you can increase it, okay? You can do it from both the ways. यहाँ से again you can increase, यहाँ से भी you can increase it, okay? And then another thing you can do is you can give individual padding. Now you see we have a small icon at the, at this location. We can press on this and this will give us individual padding. Now what I'll do is I'll say this padding I want 12. Okay. So now this is 12. That means this is 12, this is 16, this is 8 and this is 8. You can check out over here.
Okay.
So this is the thing about auto layout. Now you can do auto layout for a lot of stuff. Now let's say we can add a phone frame. Okay. Now let's say you can create auto layout for navigation bar. What I'll do is I'll take a text and say home. I'll take a text and call it search. And again, we'll make a profile page. Okay, so I have these 3 letters, I mean the words. Now we'll just search for icon. We'll just take a home icon, this one. We'll take search icon. Okay, this one and a profile icon. This one. Okay, so let's just arrange it. All right. So what I'll do is I'll select this both and say auto layout. Now there is a shortcut of creating auto layout. And if you press right click, you can see they have also given shortcut over here. What is the shortcut? It is Shift A. Okay. So you can go right click and say auto layout, or else you can press Shift A. You can say auto layout is added. You can see over here. Same thing, Shift A. Same thing, Shift A. Auto layout is added. Now what we'll do is we'll reduce the spacing between this. Maybe maintain 4 spacing. We'll also change the spacing, maintain 4 spacing. Again, change the spacing, maintain 4 spacing. Okay. So all are good. All are equally aligned, right? For alignment, again, you can check over here, distribute horizontal spacing and all, and make it align at the bottom, everything at the bottom. Okay, perfect. This is all done. It is looking good. Now what you can do is you can select all of these auto layouts and put them in one more auto layout. So create auto layout again. Shift A. Auto layout is created. What I'll do is I'll add a fill to auto layout so that you will understand how it is created. So let's say we give this. You say there is an auto layout, and inside that we have individual auto layouts. Now we'll do padding stuff. Okay, so we'll add padding like this, paddings like this. Perfect, right? Now what happens is, now if your client says, Ki, I want to add one more product in this. So what you'll do is you'll take a text and say, a client says that I want to add a product icon in the inside this. So products page चाहिए उनको, product का page लेंगे अपन. We'll search for something good. I'll just take this for a moment. Okay, let's put them in auto layout. So see, now I have put them in auto layout. So see the alignment. Okay, over here there is a box of alignment. Now it is by default, it is going to the right hand side. I want it in the middle, so I can just click and say middle. Okay, you do not have to drag it and put it in middle. No, it won't happen. It will go back to its page. It will go back to its place. So you will say, I want the middle alignment, and the spacing you will reduce it to again 4 to match other spacing. Now you want to put this auto layout in this navigation bar. So we'll just put it somewhere here. Okay. Now what is happening, you can see if I would just put it outside. Now it is adjusted. It is very perfect. Okay. Now if we put this in our regular frame, it is going outside. So what will you have to adjust over here? यहाँ पे क्या adjust करना पड़ेगा? What is
padding.
Yes, absolutely right. So you'll have to adjust padding. So we'll just decrease the spacing in between them. Now if you put it inside, perfect. Now it is absolutely perfect. Right. Again, you can just increase spacing if you want, but again, it have to be adjusted. ऐसे कर सकते हो और फिर spacing increase कर सकते हो. So you have to play around, then you will understand. 45. Perfect. Okay. So this is how it gets adjusted. Icon size I have given 44 by 44. So now it is perfect. So again, if you think that, you need to change some things, you can change. You can always make changes. Okay. Now you see our design looks so good, so perfect, so nice. And the spacing is very much perfect. Okay. And this way, even if you just remove something out of this, let's say client says, okay, just remove this. It gets adjusted again. Now, it just that you'll have to adjust the spacing. Spacing thoda badao. That's it. Okay, done. Right? So you can try this out. Create auto layout. Okay. Now, let's understand more stuff about auto layout. We have a rectangle. Let's take another. Let's duplicate this. Okay. Let's put some images in this so it will be fun to watch how auto layout turns out to be. Let's put something like plant images. Great. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll put them in auto layout. Okay, so I'll press Shift A, and now they're in. अरे दो है क्या? Okay, I'll put them in auto layout. Shift A. Okay. Now you see we have more settings in this. You see there is a direction. Now the direction is horizontal layout. If I make it vertical layout, now layout changes how you like it. Okay, the way you like it. Do you like it horizontal way or vertical way? Okay, so this is something you can do, horizontal, vertical. Now one thing that you have to observe, okay, this is again very important. When you select your auto layouts frame, okay, so you don't select any element, you select the frame. If you reduce the frame, you can see how the design is getting, right? If I make it over here, so you see the design like this. The frame, you see, if I enlarge this frame, nothing happens. It's not responsive at all. But there is another option now. You see, when I click on wrap, okay, horizontal, vertical is done. Now we have another option called wrap. If I click on wrap, now you see the design is adjusting to the frame. Now the design is moving like this. Okay, if I don't have wrap selected, I only have vertical, horizontal layout selected, and then I tried to extend it and enlarge it and all, nothing happens. But when I say wrap, it becomes instantly responsive like this. Okay, so this is what wrap is. It will be same for this navigation bar also. Now this navigation bar is in vertical. Now if I make it, sorry, horizontal layout. If I make it vertical, it will come straight. Horizontal. Now if I make it wrap, now you see how it wraps. How greatly it adjusts. Okay. So if ever you want to make any changes in your design, you can do it by wrap. And what happens, one thing you have to make sure, like look over here, it will always maintain the padding that you have given. Okay, so we have 43 padding. So you see the spacing in between them is 32. You see with the gap we have given 32. So it's always 32, 32. And we have given padding as 43. You see 43, 43. And vertical padding as 10. So it's always 10 and again 10. Correct? So that stuff is always maintained in the auto layout. So this is why people usually prefer auto layout for their design. Okay. Then इतना ही है settings में auto layout. We have this much settings only in auto layout. But I'll tell you more thing which is very important while you understand auto layout. That is about fixed width and fill container. Okay, we'll understand that. Now we have this layout. We'll give we'll give a fill to it. Okay, give a fill to it. We'll change the color and make it greener. And we'll give padding to it. Now what we'll do is, over here you understand there is a stuff called as resizing. Okay. Now when you click on the resizing part, you get some options, which is fixed width and her content. Okay. And same thing will come to the horizontal panel. So width and height. We have horizontal and vertical stuff. So same options to both. So I'll just explain one option, okay? Because it's same to the other side also. So let's take the width. We have fixed width as 970. So when you move this rectangle manually by your hand, like you hand pick it and increase the size of it, it will always be, by default, it will go in fixed width. So you do not have to click over here. Okay, you have to click on the arrow. You click on the arrow, you understand, then you get an option of fixed width. So it is 1026. Now if I just increase it, it is getting increased, right? The width is increasing, of course. So it is called as fixed width. Now, when I say I want to go to the option of hug content. Now you see when you just hover over here and click on this, the frame is back to the padding that you have given. We have 13 padding. Okay. So यहाँ से 13 की padding है. यहाँ से we have 13 padding. So if, at any time if you increase the width and then you get to the option say hug content, that means it will come back to the size जहाँ पे आपका content है. What is the content over here? These images are your content. And if you would have not given any padding, it will directly be stuck to your content. Okay. So let's understand like how padding and without padding. Let's understand that. If I have this three rectangles and I put them in auto layout. So you see my frame is hugging to the content. There is no spacing over here, right? And if I increase this, then it is by default going in the fixed width. Now if I say hug content, now you see this frame is sticking to the content. But यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ पे I have given padding to it, which is 13. 13 की padding है. I make it 30. So अभी यहाँ पे if I just increase this and make it back to the hug content, it will always maintain the padding. So same thing will happen to the horizontal also. Okay. Now again यहाँ पे we do not have any padding, so that's why you see it is hugging the content. Now what happens is, now what I'll do is I'll select the content and I'll make and yeah, so when you select the content you get another option. So you see, you first understand one difference. Okay, when you select the frame, you never select the content. Okay, you always select the frame. When you select the frame, you get fixed width and hug content option. Okay, when you select content inside the frame, you get another option of fill container. Fill container. I'm enabling it. Okay, I'm clicking on fill container, not the fixed width, fill container. What is fill container? So now imagine a glass of water. Just imagine water. And imagine you have different container. You have two different sizes of glasses. When you pour water in a medium sized glass, the water takes the shape of the container. Okay. If you have a flower pot and you pour water in a flower pot, the obviously the water takes the shape of that container. Okay, it's a very good, very great design flower pot, and you're putting water. So obviously, it's getting that particular shape. So that is what fill container is all about. The content will always be responsive to your container. तो ये जो content है, it will be responsive to your container. तो यहाँ पे container क्या है? Your auto layout. Outside your auto layout, this is your container, right? जो मैंने बैकग्राउंड में ग्रीन कलर दिया है, दैट इज योर कंटेनर. नाउ इफ आई enlarge this, you see how the images are expanding and contracting. Why is it this? Because of fill container. If I increase the size of my container, जैसे वाटर का शेप लेता है वैसे ही इसके अंदर का जो भी कंटेंट है, it takes the shape of the container like this. So
Okay.
this is a very good thing for responsiveness. Now, can anyone tell me what do you understand by responsive design?
रिस्पॉन्सिव डिजाइन जिसमें आई थिंक
Yeah.
जैसे इमेजेस है तो जो कि स्ट्रेच ना हो कुछ।
Responsive design means you have different frames, right? We have we have phone frame, we have then desktop frame. So if I put this, इसको छोटा करते हैं. If I put this frame over here, so this is how it will look for my um okay, this is how it will look for mobile frame. Let's suppose that. And if we take now, always you see that our design is woven on the mobile frame and as well as our desktop frame. If I take the same design and just duplicate it, if I take the same design for my desktop frame, then obviously things will be different. I'll have to enlarge it. I'll have to enlarge it. And in the desktop, the design will be seen like this. So you see the responsiveness. Your designs are different for different screen ratios. This is what responsive designs are. Okay. Now you can also make it horizontal or vertical. Okay. The way you want it, you can make it. And now I'll tell you again how to make it responsive. ये auto layout है. I took 3 frames. I put them in auto layout, right? What I'll do is now I'll make this as hug container, hug content, and I'll select the content inside it and I'll make it fill container. Now this is responsive. You see? Same thing will happen to the text. Okay, let me take a random text. This is a text. I'll put it in auto layout. Right? Now the settings I'll do is hug content and the text I will give it fill container. Now see. So I take this design for a mobile frame. I'll select it and make it 14, right? I'll take the same design, put it for desktop frame, and I'll make it responsive in such a manner. Even if I increase the size, it will still be responsive. Okay. इस तरीके से. Right? So if you have a design in auto layout, it is very much fun to create the designs for different screens. Any doubt still here?
No.
Okay. So in the same way, if you have any kind of design, let's say over here you're designing, let me put an icon. Let's say I put a burger icon over here. And I put a text over here. Let's say food. Sorry. I put a text over here. Let's say food truck. What I'll do is I'll put them both in auto layout. Okay, auto layout is created. I can increase the padding, spacing, auto, increase it maybe a little bit. Now, if I want to put anything inside it, I'll just say add, put it in auto layout. Adjust them, right? So this way also you can create your design in auto layout. Any stuff, right? Any stuff you can do it. Any doubts you have till here? Okay. Now I want you guys to create, first of all, create a button in auto layout. तो मैंने जैसे I have created a download button, right? Like this. So you share your screen to me and create a button. So, okay, Divya is sharing. Yes, Rahul also, you need to share a screen. I want you to create button. Create a button. Download बनाओ, कुछ भी बनाओ. And then also put a icon inside it. Okay. Yes, Rahul, please share your screen.
Yes.
No, this, this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
क्या हुआ?
There is, where it is padding option here.
That design is not in auto layout. Where do you see the symbol of auto layout? Tell me.
Yeah. I
Yes.
added text to auto that already. Okay.
Yes, Rahul, you're doing it. Okay. Rahul is doing it. See how he is doing it. No, you both are doing wrong. Divya,
Sorry. Yeah.
you have done it wrong. Delete it. Delete everything. Everything, yes. I don't want the frame also. Delete the frame also. Yes, that also and this also. Phone frame also. Now write a text. Or else do one thing, Divya. Write
Yeah.
it. Okay. First write a text.
Yeah, I did same thing.
Now draw a rectangle also. Put
Yeah.
the text on it. Don't change the color for now. We'll do that later. Put the
Oh,
text on it.
okay.
Now select them both. Now create auto layout. Yes. Now it is done. Now put. So you don't only create, even if you have done the entire design, select all the design and then create auto layout. Okay. Don't just put auto layout to one thing. पूरे elements को होता है auto layout. Now do that later on. First take a this thing.
Yeah.
Gun.
Okay.
Now why are you going over there? Don't go from there. Cross it, मतलब close it. Right click. Go to plugins नीचे. Go to Iconify. Yes. Now you see. Now select the frame.
Whole thing. This one.
Frame. No, 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 not like that. You don't select all the elements. Select frame.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Now you give padding. You give 16 padding.
Here.
Huh.
There. Okay.
16.
16. Okay.
Yes. And vertical padding you give 7, 8 or else 10. It's 17 right now.
This one. Okay.
10, give it 10. Okay. Now spacing you can give as per your design. ठीक है. You understood this? Now, okay. Now
Yeah.
do one thing. Now create a navigation bar.
Yeah.
Yes. Just put put home icon and profile icon. That's it. And the text to it. Okay. And put everything in auto layout. Yes. Your design is done. Show me. Okay. Put a text in that, Rahul. Sorry, text is there. Put icon in that. Yes, ऊपर है plugins.
I have to select whole frame, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You drag and drop it, Rahul. Drag and drop it. Yes. Now give 16 padding 16 and 10. Select the frame. Yes. अभी कितना padding है?
See this one.
10 padding. How is it 10? एक second, you have done a blunder somewhere. You have made a frame and then you have nahi. Select the text, Rahul. Okay, and select the icon. Okay, select the frame now overall. 10 padding कैसे है? Reduce the padding. Make it 4. Not that. नीचे, उसके भी नीचे. You have enlarged the frame. That's why 4 padding. ठीक है. चलेगा. Now you also create a navigation bar, Rahul, the way I created now. You also create a navigation bar, put it in auto layout.
Don't take this after this.
Why is your rectangle so big?
This one.
हाँ.
That's the auto layout to hold this thing.
No, you have done a blunder again. Remove it. Control Z.
Yeah,
Remove
yeah.
auto layout. Make it Control Z. Everything Control Z. Do one thing. Right click
Ah,
on it. No. Right click on it.
I will. This one.
No. That will be a very bad design. Right click on it. Yes. Ungroup it. Say it ungroup. ठीक है. Again. You first create a sorted design, na, Divya.
Yeah.
Don't create a rectangle.
Yeah.
Don't create a rectangle. Remove the rectangle. Don't.
Okay.
You first take the home icon sideway. हाँ. उसको पहले ठीक करो ना. कितना 32 है इसको. टेक्स्ट को छोटा करो ना. आपको साइजेस समझ रही है ना. होम इज सच अ स्मॉल आइकन, right? And your text is so big. Make it 16. Make it 16. हाँ. Enlarge your screen ना. Zoom over there. Zoom to your design. Where your हाँ, exactly. Scroll it to that part, right? Why is it happening? You don't have a mouse, kya? Proper mouse.
Yeah.
Now put them in auto layout. Put both of them in auto layout.
This
Select it
board.
first. Create auto layout.
Okay.
Align it to center now. Your home is going to the left hand side. Yes. Now in the same way, you have to do other. Now don't create profile, just create search.
Okay.
Don't change it. It's good. It is good. Don't change it. Icon is only like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now delete the rest of the stuff, that profile and icon, delete everything. ऊपर भी बहुत सारे फ्रेम्स दिख रहे हैं मेरे को, 3 फ्रेम्स है. यस, व्हाट आर दोस? डिलीट इट. Now come back to the previous one. Yes. Now select both the frames and put them in auto layout. Now don't move that. Select the frame, both the frames. Create auto layout. Align them properly to the middle. No, auto layout alignment. Auto layout alignment. हाँ, नीचे करो और नीचे. Yes. Now give fill to it. Add a fill to it first. नीचे fill. ऊपर 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 ऊपर. ठीक है. Don't change the color. Don't change the color. Add padding now. Horizontal, vertical padding. Also add vertical padding. Yes. No, that is too much. हाँ, that's it. ठीक है. Now you add profile in this. Profile feature, profile page in this. Okay. Now use your brains for that. I don't want to see any blunder. I want a proper design. Okay. I won't be helping you for that. Yes, Rahul, where are you? ये हो गया frames. Now select the home icon and home text. Put them in auto layout. Do same thing for search and profile. Now select three of them. Put them in auto layout again. Align them properly. Don't extend it, Rahul. Don't extend it at all. Now add a fill to it. हाँ, वहां पे fill दिख रहा है. नहीं, fill. हाँ, add it. Yes. ठीक है. Now add. हो गया. ठीक है. Now select it again and add padding to it. Yes. अभी padding दो, अच्छे से padding दो. पहले तो उनको अच्छे से अलाइन करो. अलाइनमेंट दाग दिख रहा है वहां पे. नीचे नीचे उधर ही ऑटो लेआउट में ही. यू सी अलाइनमेंट. हाँ, नीचे अलाइन करो. बीच में करो पहले तो उनको. हाँ, एंड उसके नीचे वाला सिलेक्ट करो. हाँ, वही. नाउ गिव पैडिंग टू इट.
This one?
नो, ऐड वन मोर फीचर टू इट, दिव्या.
Yeah.
तो अभी एक काम करो, प्रोडक्ट ऐड कर दो उसमें. प्रोडक्ट टेक्स्ट विथ आइकन. ओके. यस, गिव वर्टिकल पैडिंग ऑल्सो, राहुल. हाँ, ठीक है. अभी इसमें आप भी ना एक प्रोडक्ट का आइकन और टेक्स्ट, ठीक है, और एक पेज ऐड करना है अपने को इसमें नेविगेशन बार में. सो नाउ यू शो मी हाउ यू कैन डू दैट. सो अभी सर्च, होम एंड प्रोफाइल हो गया. आई वांट वन मोर पेज, प्रोडक्ट पेज. ऐड दैट.
Okay.
ओके दिव्या, अलाइनमेंट प्रॉपर नहीं है, क्या हो रहा है? प्रोफाइल बाकी rest of them are alignment properly, but profile alignment is messed up. No, why are you touching it? Don't touch it. No, don't touch it. Frame. You have done something. Now something is wrong. The frame is expanded. No, the frame is not okay. Something is wrong now. Okay, Divya, now do one thing. I want you to try out the hug feel fixed with content stuff, right? Take some rectangles. Show me how you can make it responsive.
Images with images.
No, 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 not with images. Don't
Okay.
do that stuff. ठीक है. Rahul, okay. I think you have also got it, how to make auto layout. I also want you to take at least 3 rectangles, make it hug content and fill content. I want to see it responsive. Okay, so both of you do that.
After this, after this, we have to add images.
Don't add images, keep rectangles only. I don't want to see images, that's fine.
Yeah, I added to auto layout.
Yes, now make it responsive. Try out the wrap stuff also.
This one only.
Yes, wrap is fine. Remove the auto layout first now. Okay, now make it hug content. Give auto layout again now.
Sorry.
Give auto layout again to it. Now make it responsive. Fill container करके दिखाओ उसको.
I didn't understand what are you saying.
You understood the fixed width, hug contain, fill contain, right?
Yeah.
So now make it fill contain. Okay, so that's your homework for today. Figure out how to make it responsive. Tell me about the fill container and all.
Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat the fill container? How to?
You can check out the recording. You will understand how to make a fill container.
Yeah.
There only you will understand. You just have to select the content inside them. You select all the three. No. Select all three. Press shift and select yes.
Yeah.
Now you will get the fill container option. No.
Yeah.
Something wrong you have done. Select your frame. Auto layout frame.
Yeah.
Selected. Go to the width option. Make it hub content. Same thing to the this thing. Make it hub content.
Yeah.
Now select the three rectangles. Shift. Go to that width option. Make it fill container. And now enlarge the frame. वैसे नहीं हाँ वैसे ठीक है
Okay.
yes now keep trying it you will be like good at this keep making more designs now this were the designs that I told you how to do okay this navigation bar is done this photo frames and all this is all done button is done this is something that I have told you to do right
Yeah.
so I've given tutorial. Now you have to try stuff on your own. Try to check out the websites, simple design websites. Try to put that particular design in auto layout, right? So figure out that how to make it. Now you understood how to use the auto layout. So you make the replica of design and try to learn auto layout, okay?
Okay.
Yes. All right. So